I'm Rebecca Charlton. When my family introduced me to racing on the velodrome as an under-9, I fell in love with cycling and wished that every day of the year was track season. It's been a huge part of my life ever since, and from a niche sport to the mainstream, it's incredible to see all forms of cycling embraced by so many people from all walks of life. While I've reported many times on racing and riding in the Dolomites, from the famous climbs of the Giro d'Italia to accessible Gran Fondos, I've never actually taken my bike to the region before, so I couldn't be more excited to head to Italy and discover Trentino. Hello guys, my journey to discover Trentino continues, and today I'm in Val di Fassa, an oasis of wellness and tranquility in the heart of the Dolomites. It's one of the capitals of international skiing, and in the summer is a real powerhouse for enjoying the great outdoors. And what better way to do it than by bike?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good morning.
I'm
Hello.
Rebecca. Lovely
Simon,
to meet
nice to meet you.
So this is your playground every day?
Exactly. So we are now in Penia. It's a small village in Val di Fassa. What we have in front of us. So we have the Gran Vernel, you can see over there. It's a very nice mountain. It's a part of the group of Marmolada. Marmolada is the highest mountain here in the Dolomites, with it 3,342 meters high. Then if we move to the right, we have the Colach. We can see the ski area Champach, and then we have the black rock. That's a very particular rock. So I was saying before, we are in Penia, exactly in the small villages. The name is Vera, and we have another small village just behind, just down here. This is Lawrence, and it was a very, very old village also over there, Insom. That was a very particular area because during the First World War, all these people had to move in another village because it was very risk of bombs. What else? Now we're here, so we can start to ride a little bit.
Yeah, should we go for a ride and find out more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant, I'll let you hop on.
Yeah. All right, so Rebecca, we are going down on the road now. We are on the road of the Passo Fedaia. Probably you know that pass from the Giro exactly. And because from the other side it's very, very steep and hard. Now we are moving down to the village of Penia, where we're gonna make a stop in a local, very traditional segheria. It's a place where you cut the trees in slices.
Oh right, okay.
It's an old one. Now it's a museum, and will be Fabio Chiocchetti is the director of this museum, and the Istituto Cultural Ladin that will explain you how it's working and when they build it and how they use it.
So it must be a very unique way of life for the people living here.
So yeah, now we work a lot, of course, with tourism. So the life here is also changed a lot, because till 60 years ago, the people here were used to have cows, animals. They're used to work the fields and everything just to survive, because the people here was very poor. Of course, with the tourism, it changed a lot because the people start to come here, so they build a lot of hotels, apartments, shops, lifts, of course, and everything. So the life also for the people that are living here is changed a lot. In the season it's very busy, but in the off season you can really enjoy the life, the very quiet life here in the valley. Now we are turning, we go over there.
Hi.
Oi, hi.
Hello.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, Kovala.
Buondì, buondì.
Avete fatto via, Chio?
Non troppo, no.
Adesso Chio siede tedante dalla SIA, la vecchia SIA di Penia, che è diventata, entrata in qua, la sezione locale del Museo Ladin de Fassa. Ladin, con non spiegare a sta gente che le l'engaz vecchie che vengono dal latino, ma si dà con l'engaz dei reti. Prima il popolo che veniva su a Startica, teatro queste montagne. Lì l'engaz è differente all'italiano e differente al tedesco, sapete?
Now I'm going to have to look at you on that one because I was trying to pick some of that out, but it's in Ladino. Could you translate for me, please?
Absolutely. So Fabio was speaking in Ladino. This is my other mother language. It's a specific language. It's a mix between the old Latin and the Reti. That was the language of the population, the first population that was living here. So this mix becomes the Ladino. It's a very old language, and this language keep for many years in this valley. So that's other mother language, as Fabio was saying to us. No?
Thank you so much, and thank you as well.
Okay, Rebecca, and now we're gonna have a look on the sawmill.
Brilliant, I'm interested to have a look.
Absolutely. Let's go then.
Hello.
Condivido.
It really strikes me in this part of Italy, it's just like travelling back in time. Tell us what we're seeing here.
So now we are in a Venetian sawmill. What does it mean? That this sawmill is working with the water. Look what Guido is doing. With that pole, he's moving the water to the wheel, and the wheel start rounding, and at the same time, the saw start working up and down. So now Guido is also moving this part of the sawmill that is taking the tree close to the saw.
That looks pretty sharp, I might stand back.
Absolutely. This is a very, very old sawmill. The books and the people are speaking about it's more than 500 years that this sawmill, not exactly here, but this system is working here in Penia. Because this sawmill belongs to the community. It's not private, it's not something that they are building extra, it just belongs to the community, and it's fantastic because it's working with the water.
And it's just by the roadside, just
Exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Because this exactly was built in 1922, but the sawmill before was also in this area. Its name is Pian dalla Sia, that it means the area from the sawmill.
Wow.
Now you can see this part of the sawmill is moving to the saw, and the saw, of course, moving up and down, is cutting the tree in slices. Takes time, huh? Of course, now all the sawmills are electric, so they are much faster, and they don't have to waste so much time to make a tree in slices. But that was absolutely a great invention, huh? Using the power of the water, you can make this job.
Very, very cool. I'm glad it's still like this.
Look now, he's putting this piece down so it makes more space so the saw can move easier. And more the saw is moving forward, more you have to put something to keep some space. Because of course the tree is inside with some pressure, and if it's not putting this stuff, the saw will have too much pressure and it's not able to move anymore. And then it changes also a lot. It depends how many water goes in the wheel outside.
No? So it's all very natural and organic.
No, that's absolutely. And what is very nice to know that all the water that they are using is going back in the river. So they don't use anything. Everything is natural. The water goes in the wheel, goes outside, and it's making this great job.
It's incredible. Can we go and take a look outside and see a bit more about the water?
Absolutely. Okay, Rebecca, we just left the Sasspodoi behind us. You know, it's very famous because it is the terrace of the Dolomites. From the top, you can really have a fantastic view. Very, very nice around the four Ladinish Valley. And that is a central point for the Sella Ronda tour. It's a very famous in the winter, but also in the summer, the mountain bike Sella Ronda tour. You make 4 different valleys with a mountain bike using the lift to go up. Yep. And what else? On the top of the Sasspodoi, every year in October, they do a top wine symposium. You can go there and you can find a very nice wine cellar that shows to the people the wine and what they produce.
So I know that you're on a mountain bike today, but for the roadies among us, when people watch races like the Giro d'Italia, what climbs should people be coming out to sample themselves out here on road bikes?
So absolutely, if you used to go with a road bike, you have to do the Podoi pass. Podoi is a famous one. It's not the hardest because from Canazei is 12 kilometers, and in 12 kilometers you do 800 meters difference. So it's not extremely hard, it's very regular, but it goes up very, very nice. What else? We have also the Passo Sella, we have also the Passo Gardena, we have and also the Passo Campolongo, and these 4 passes together are the Sella Ronda. What else? And the hardest pass in the area probably is the Passo Fedaia from the other side that connect the 2 provinces, Trento and Belluno. This is very, very steep. You get 15% steep, and there absolutely it's a challenge for the people that want to try to ride there.
So tell us a bit more about the path we're on now, because it's pretty idyllic.
Yeah, so in Trentino it's very bike friendly. We are now in Val di Fassa. The name of this cycleway is Ciclabile delle Dolomiti Val di Fassa. But in Trentino we have many of cycleways because Trentino is well organized to have people that like to ride a bike. So we can find a nice cycleway also in the other valleys of the Trentino, and you can really enjoy also the scenery in all around our region.
It's just such a nice, safe way to get around, isn't it? Away from the traffic, away from all that hassle, really.
No, that's fantastic, and especially also for the families.
Yeah.
Because when you have kids and when the families want to enjoy riding a bike, the cycleway is the best, you know? Because if you go on the road, of course, it's always traffic, cars, and then the cycleways is the best to enjoy the scenery, have also a look, stop, look around, and enjoy the
And you
cycle.
certainly have to take your time to look around here, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. To stop, make some pictures, huh?
We should in a minute. What would you say is the toughest climb in this region?
So the hardest road climb probably to do here, I just think about, because we have more than one, but probably I think it's Fedaia.
Yeah.
Fedaia Pass is the hardest.
How long does that take?
So it depends where you start, but normally from Caprile, this is the village just at the end of the Passo, to the Passo Fedaia is 14 kilometers. Okay. The first part to Malga Ciapella, that is 1,600 meters high, is not extremely hard. But then from Malga Ciapella to Capanabil, this is a refuge, you have 3 kilometers, 15% just straight without any turn, so it not stop. That's incredible. That's very hard, huh?
I think mentally it's difficult when you can't even kind of have that respite on the switchbacks, right?
Exactly, no? Because you have the switchbacks, the switchback is always not so steep like the road, no? So you have not a rest, but you can breathe for a second, huh?
Change your style for a minute at least.
Absolutely.
Well, the cycle path has brought me directly to here, and Simon's dropped me off for a spot of lunch, and I'm sure you'll agree, as far as views go, it really doesn't get any better than this. Sarah, Silvana, thank you so much for welcoming me here today. First of all, before we talk about this delicious looking food and wine, where are we?
So, welcome here in Val di Fassa. We are here in Pera, and thanks also to Silvana that here helped us to organize this meeting. And we are here in Pera at the Agri-Tourism Agua Biencia. And we are here actually because we want to speak a little bit about our cheeses, and basically we make several types of cheese. We have fresh cheese, middle-aged cheese, and so on, because we have 2 different parts. Basically one part in which we have animals, so the farm, typical farm with cows and donkeys and hens and so on, and another part specifically for tourists. So here you can also come for holidays, and actually we have 9 rooms, sorry. So if you want to come here, just you are welcome.
How many cyclists do you welcome? I imagine quite a few.
Yeah, actually a lot of cyclists, because we are just not so far away from the cycling road, so actually we welcome a lot of them, yeah.
And what else can people do when they're not on the bike? And I guess if they want to bring families out here as well.
Yeah, actually yes. We have a very beautiful park for children here, so it's like an aqua park, so you can come here with children and just stay there. Or if you want, also we organize during summer just visits in our farm, so children can also see how animals live here. And actually we also have a small wellness center, so you can also get some relax here and just be safe. Like.
That sounds very good. And I've spotted there's alpacas up the back as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
We'll have to go and see them in a bit for sure. But first, tell me what we have here, because it looks delicious.
Yeah, so here we have several types of cheese. We have the fresh cheese, the one with pepper, and some middle-aged cheese as well. We have also mustards here that we do here actually. So it's everything here. It's like homemade. So
yeah, it's all completely fresh right from here.
Yeah. We have our own cows, so we get the milk there, and we just create our cheese.
It's incredible. And something I've noticed since I've been in Italy is that people tend to have something sweet, maybe honey, a different kind of thing with cheese that we wouldn't necessarily have in the UK.
Yeah.
What should you have with this cheese?
Well, generally we offer this cheese with this mustard, which is with, I guess, onions and apples as well.
Yeah.
And it's sweet and sour like together, and people like it very much. And yeah, generally it's with this one or with other honey, but actually we don't have bees here, so we prefer just mustard.
Keep it fresh to everything here. Yeah. That's incredible. And I'm very, very much into my Prosecco. So tell me exactly what we're going to drink today and why it's so special for this region.
So we are going to drink a Trento DOC wine. This is a very important brand for Trentino here, and it won as well a lot of prizes, actually, also international ones.
Fantastic, I can't wait to have a try, and I'm actually going to be scaling a mountain just behind us later, so I may have to limit to one glass.
Of course, me too, I have to drive, so yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
Okay, so just we can hold our glasses and just cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, that is good. That is incredible.
Alright, Rebecca, we are climbing the Gardeccia. How you can see, it's pretty steep and hard.
I know, because we've ridden a fair distance and these gradients are a lot steeper than some of the climbs I'm used to.
This for 2 times was a stage of the Giro d'Italia, and it's always a nice stage because in a road like this, it's always a good fight for the Giro. And another thing that I want to say to you that I didn't say this morning, that we are going to Gardeccia, and we are in the UNESCO, the World Heritage. All the Val di Fassa, Gardeccia, Marmolada, and also some other places in the Dolomites are parts of this World Heritage. And we can really understand that just looking on the right side on the Torre del Violet. Have just quick a look. You have the Torre Stabler, Winkler. Every peak has a different name, and it's a point for the climbers. And in this area of Gardeccia, it's a very nice place also to hike and to do some trekking. It's well connected with the Catinaccio, Rosengarten, and it's a very good place where you can do a fantastic trails, just not with a mountain bike only, but also for the hikers and the trekkers. All right, so now we are pretty close to the Gardeccia. It's not so far away. I think We have to ride for 1.5 kilometers.
Oh,
Still steep.
still feels like a long way.
Absolutely. Just to use the energy that we got at lunch.
Oh, this is a tough gradient.
Yeah.
What's this right now?
Oh, probably 10%. Like this, 10, 11. So Rebecca, what is very nice to know also about this area, we are climbing to the Rosengarten and we have a legend that is fantastic in this area, because what is nice in the Rosengarten, and in some days, especially in spring and autumn, at the end of the day, close to the sunset, the mountains becomes very pink, very different color. And the legend is that it was a garden full of rose, and it was a lady that was making this garden very nice. And same as in Conturina and also in the Marmolada legend, happens that the bad people take some witches to make this lady in the mountain again. So now at the end of the day, especially exactly in autumn and spring, the mountains are pink, and then it's the garden of the roses coming outside.
I am fascinated. I'm just struggling to talk. It's kicking up again, I can see it. Oh, this has got to be more than 10 right now, right?
Yeah, now we are going more than 10, but we're strong, Rebecca.
Oh,
We almost...
I need a motor.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a bit of a chance to catch my breath. I mean, firstly, what stunning scenery, but I want to talk about that climb first, because I think, as you know, I'm quite used to climbing in places like Mallorca, and some of the climbs I'm used to, there's quite a lot of respite with switchbacks, and sometimes the gradient evens out a bit. But there, it just keeps kicking up, and you have to keep the pressure on the pedals, don't you?
Absolutely. The climb is very hard because it's pretty steep all the way up. So yeah, just keep working on your pedals and push and keep going. And of course, it's a tough work, huh?
But great though. A must do. You've got to put it on your bucket list, right, if you're coming here.
Absolutely, absolutely, Gardecha. That's also the reason, because more than one time the Giro d'Italia comes here, and also the people that are coming here to see the Giro and to watch the athletes, they come here to do one climb. Absolutely.
And you can see why the peloton gets so split on those stages, can't you?
Oh, that's absolutely, because if you make full gas climbing like this, you cannot bike and cycling for 21 days like the Giro, the time of the Giro. So absolutely, the people they are fighting for the pink shirt, then they have to do it full gas, but the other ones they do it more regularly. Yeah?
It just puts it into perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit more about our surroundings.
And then you arrive very close to the mountains here, and very close to the Catinaccio and the Violet mountains. And also when you're up here and you look up, it makes you a lot of emotions. Huh? All right, so Rebecca, just come with me, follow me. We just go a little bit down. I want to show you something.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Rebecca, so now I want just to show you, that's exactly the mountains then, and the sunset and the sunrise become pink for these. Think about names in Rosadira, no? Was the legend about Re Laurino and the king also of the Latemar. So we are at the end of the tour.
Thank you so much for today. It's been absolutely incredible, even though it's been tough.
Thanks to you, absolutely.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to ride with you. I'm actually going to, as much as I love cycling, spend some time off the bike now and chill out.
Absolutely.
Have a lovely evening.
Yeah, thank you, you too.
Trentino has certainly proven itself to be the perfect cyclist playground, but there's plenty on offer on those all-important rest days, and this area is really well known for its wellness.
Yeah, of course. In fact, when you do some sport, it's necessary to have some relaxing time.
Very much so.
It's about that you can come to us, to Cucci Terme Dolomiti. And Cucci Terme Dolomiti is a particular reality. Our group selected this place for the environment of the setting of Trentino Dolomiti. It's very, very beautiful. Here you can stay surrounded by the nature, you can enjoy the nature, and you can have some relax after your activities. For us it's very important made this building in agree with the environmental sustainability. This for us was very important during the construction. We used the precious thermal water that came from the Alok source, and after sport activity you can come here and doing some practice very good for relax your body, like sauna, like Turkish bath. You can also have a sports massage. It's good for your body.
I'm in much need of a sports massage. Can we head in?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Fantastic, thank you. Well, I think it's fair to say that Trentino has more than impressed me. I've cycled hundreds of kilometres along dedicated cycle lanes surrounded by stunning scenery, not to mention sampling delicious food and local wine along the way. My journey to discover this World Heritage Site has come to an end, and now it's time to relax. See you next time.